Hi friends, welcome to my craft room. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Melissa Main, the owner of Artish Handcrafted Goods. I get a lot of questions about how my earrings are made, what they're made of, how do I do it? So today, I want to do a little tutorial to show you the process. First, you want to start by cleaning your area. I like to use a gentle, non-toxic cleaner because we're indoors and I'm working on things that are going to go on people's skin. So it's important to me that it's not harmful for our bodies. Next, you want to make sure that you have all the supplies you'll need. First, pick your colors. Today I've chosen silver and jade green. We're going to start simple. All we're going to use today is our roller, our cutter, and our shape cutters. These items can be easily found at any craft store. Just like our area, we want to make sure that our supplies are clean. So just make sure that they're wiped down, clean, don't have any old pieces of clay stuck to them. I'm going to start by cutting off the desired size of the pieces that I want from each color. I'm not going to make a lot today, so I am going to only do some very small pieces, but you're welcome to use however much you like. Now that we've cut those, I'm going to set my clay aside. Make sure that you keep it closed up so it stays clean and free from lint and dust. Next, we're going to condition our clay. Now, this can be done several different ways. You can do it by rolling by hand, using your rolling pin. You can do it in your hand, squishing it around. Or if you have one, you can run it through a pasta machine. Once your clay is conditioned, it should be soft and pliable. Next, we're going to take our colors and roll them out like so. They don't have to be perfect. We're going to chop them up. Now there are many techniques in making clay earrings, and really you can do whatever you want. That's the fun of clay, is experimenting and finding new ways to make things that are exciting and different. But today I'm going to keep it simple. So once we've got those rolled out, I'm just going to cut them into pieces. Like that. Now, I don't like that my pieces stick together like that because I want them to mix together in a way that's even. So many people use cornstarch, but I don't have cornstarch in my home. However, I do have arrowroot powder, and I've found that it works just as well. So I'm just going to sprinkle just a tiny bit of arrowroot powder on there and mix it in so that my pieces will separate from each other. So we can get a more consistent mix of the colors. So next, I'm going to take some liquid polyclay, okay, and just drizzle a little bit on top. And then mix that together. So from there, We're going to smush it into a ball. Make sure you get it mixed the way you want it. See, there's too much green here for me. Let's break that up. Okay, that looks great. Okay, I'm happy with this. So now I'm going to just kind of smash it together. Into a cube, or a cane, or a ball, or whatever you choose. There really is no wrong way. This is about creating. Ta-da! The next step in making our clay earrings is cutting our cube to make our slab. So if your clay is too soft, you can always put it in the refrigerator for a few minutes and it will help to harden the clay. So what we're going to do is cut our cube into even pieces, like so. And you can turn it if it starts to smush a little. So after you've cut your pieces, we're going to just piece them together to create our slab. At this point, we need to roll it out. You can do this by using your rolling pin. However, if you do use a rolling pin, I would suggest using guides on each side, such as popsicle sticks or paint stirrers, to make sure that your slab ends up level. I'm going to use my pasta machine. Now that our slab is ready, I'm going to once again sprinkle just a bit of my arrowroot powder on top. This helps to prevent the cutters from sticking and also helps to smooth the surface of your slab. I'm gonna take my cutter and I'm just gonna put a little bit of the arrowroot powder on it. Kind of tap off the excess and then just choose your area to cut and voila! Once we've made our cuts, here comes one of the most fun parts to most people, which is to peel off your excess clay. Make sure your pieces didn't come up, just gently. Now this can be re-rolled out to create more pieces, or you can set it aside to use for later. Since I use a clean glass plate, I prefer to just put the whole thing in the oven so that I don't have to worry about breaking my pieces or distorting them. So just turn your oven to the temperature that it gives you on your clay directions. You may want to use an oven thermometer if your oven is inconsistent, or if you know your oven, you may want to turn your temperature down or up to accommodate for differences. I like to put my clay in when the oven is cold and let it come up to temperature, but I know others do not prefer to do that. So that is at your discretion. Now that my clay pieces have completely cooled, I'm going to take this manicure tool to file down the edges and make them smooth. Using the same tool, I'm going to switch pieces and carefully use it to drill holes where I'm going to put my jewelry findings. I've taken some of the same non-toxic cleaner from earlier and mixed it with water. Now I'm going to gently bathe my clay pieces to make sure that they're clean and that all of the small pieces that we've sanded off are rinsed off. Allow those to dry. The next step I'm going to show you is completely optional, so if you don't have UV resin or prefer not to use it, feel free to skip forward. When applying resin, I like to start around the edges, avoiding the hole for my findings, and work your way inward. Once your top coat of resin is level and even, you can take a lighter and just put a flame over the resin for a moment to get out any air bubbles. This will give the resin a really beautiful glassy finish that I find especially enhances these pieces that are made with the gem effect. Cure your resin according to the directions on the resin bottle. Now that our pieces are ready, we only have one step left. All we need to do is put them together. Get the findings that you need to piece together your earrings and very carefully put them together. Congratulations, you've just finished your first pair of clay earrings. And aren't they gorgeous?